Defiance new ETF MST is coming out to get MSTY and will pay weekly. This is a community comment coming from Living on High Yield. I thought it's very important for me to make a video to distinguish the difference between MSTY and MST, and for investor who wants to diversify their portfolio, buying other ETF rather than just MSTY, you need to know what MST has to offer. In this video, we're going to go deeper into that. First, let's look at MSTY. The net asset right now is 3.38 billion, so it's growing rapidly. So suggestion from that comment is that MST from Defiance is going to pretty much stop the growth of MSTY. Not necessarily performance growth in terms of the price, but net asset, it might decline, meaning most investors won't be investing in this ETF. They're going to put their money on MST. So we're going to see if that's true, because things are different between these two funds. Second, let's look at MSTY performance on Friday. It opened at 24.85 and it closed at 25.14. So it gained about 2.65%, almost 3%. So this is great for people who bought MSTY at a higher price. It seems that the price is creeping up again. For people who bought at like a 19 or 17, right now you have huge capital appreciation. And of course, your yield is higher and your dividends you're receiving plus your price, that means you have gained a lot on this ETF. The brand new ETF from Defiance Leverage Long Income MSTR ETF, or ticker symbol is MST. Price 21.33. The first day to start trading was on Friday, so there's no big movement. The price that it came out during inception was around $21. Some investors might have MSTY, and in addition to MSTY, I want to buy another ETF from different company. In this case, you want to get the performance of MSTR stock, then this fund can be for you. But before jumping to this fund, I want to show you what this fund has to offer in detail. MST Defiance Leverage Long Plus Income MSTR ETF. Distribution rate, we don't have any information there because it's brand new. Distribution frequency is weekly. Weekly distribution seems to be attractive or enticing more people to buy these ETFs. MST Leverage Long Plus Income MSTR MicroStrategy ETF investment objective. The Defiance Leverage Long Plus Income MSTR 6 long-term capital appreciation with a secondary objective to see current income. The income generation strategy complements the leverage strategy by utilizing credit call spread to seek to generate a premium income and manage the risk associated with funds leverage exposure. What makes MST stand out? So why would you want to even consider buying this ETF? There are a few compelling reasons here. The first one is leverage exposure. MST aims to deliver approximately 150 to 200 of MicroStrategy daily price performance, capitalizing on its volatility and growth potential. The difference between this fund and yieldmax fund is that yieldmax sell calls on MSTR stock using synthetic strategy. Compare that to MST. MST is going to have 100 to 250 leveraged, meaning it's going to have a lot of volatility. Of course, if MSTR stock goes up, let's say for example 2%, this might go up to 4%. But then remember, when MSTR stock goes down 2%, this might go down to 4%. So this ETF is going to have a lot of volatility as compared to MSTY. So it's something that you need to bear in mind. Second reason why you should invest in this ETF is for investors who are seeking a weekly income. By utilizing a credit call spread strategy, the ETF seeks to generate a high income, which is distributed to investor every week, providing a regular cash flow and potential buffer against declines. The third main reason you should consider buying this ETF is that it has Bitcoin exposure. Through MicroStrategy, a company known for its significant Bitcoin holdings, MST offers indirect access to Bitcoin's market trend without the need to own cryptocurrency directly. So what I can see here, all these three reasons is pretty much the same reason that yieldmax investors who are investing in MSTY have, because you have the exposure to Bitcoin, you have that weekly distribution. The only difference is that this is going to have a leverage exposure to MSTY. However, even though MSTY is not as levered as this ETF, it does have that risk of a replica because it uses synthetic option strategy. The fund details: net assets as of now is 1.06 million. Fund inception was incepted on May 1st, 2025. Symbol is MST, and primary exchange is trade on NASDAQ. Fund holdings, it has 5 holdings, and share outstanding 50,000. Expense ratio is 1.31. So the expense ratio is a little bit higher than MSTY. Remember, MSTY is 0.99. Top holdings, it has 5 holdings. The first one here is MicroStrategy Inc. Swap. They are going to use swap to get that 150 to 200% swap return. And of course, they have a MicroStrategy call option expires on May 25th. They have another MSTR call option expires on May 9th. And another one here on May 9th at 4:10. This is 4:45. And other, they hold some cash there. And cash, you can see here, is on minus because when you leverage, you pretty much you're on debt, right? So that's why it's negative right here. As for distributions, they're going to pay weekly distributions, and the schedule is going to be here. I wouldn't expect the first distribution until a month from now. This video was just an answer to answer that person who say that MST is coming to get MSTY. And my take on that is that I don't think people will actually buy this ETF in mass as compared to MSTY, because MSTY is very popular. And even if people buy this ETF, it's not going to first have an impact in terms of performance because they all have the same underlying stock, which is MSTR. And when it comes to asset and management, I don't think this ETF is going to stop that also from growing because this ETF is writing a call on MSTY. So whenever MSTY is going up, people buy this one, people buy that one. And because both of them will be going up at the same time. And whenever these ETF, let's say the market crash and MSTR stock crashes, people will be selling MSTY and also people will be selling this one. So there's no any effect for this ETF to be out. But what I can tell you is that this ETF will have a lot of volatility. And I don't know how much they're going to pay in terms of distribution, but the good thing is that they're going to pay weekly. For investors who like MSTR ETF, this is another ETF that you can be watching, or you can put on your watch list and see its performance and its distribution. That's all. I just want to keep you an update on MSTR and MST new ETF. If you like this type of content, as always, make sure you smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so whenever I release new videos, you can always receive those updates. And if you know anyone you think this video might help, please share with that person. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next video. Bye bye.